Hello there. Welcome to the Marketing 101 for Small Business Owners podcast. I am your host, Philippa Channer. And if you're a small business owner, a new entrepreneur, or just starting to manage the marketing for a small business you're working with, you're in the right place. Each episode here is full of guidance and advice and understanding and executing marketing strategies and tactics for small businesses. And if you are new here, I run this podcast by planning and recording my content based on short monthly series. This month, I'm focusing on different holiday marketing tactics. Last week, I kicked off the series with an overview of holiday marketing strategies. And if you missed it, please be sure to check out episode 52 now and then come back to today's message so you can catch up. But I did touch on holiday marketing trends and mentioned a few to get things started. So today I want to expand more on some of the holiday trends that we need to consider for 2022. So technically, when this podcast airs, we are already in the second weekend of November. The holiday season is officially here, and it's yet time to get into the holiday spirit. But how does this year compare to last year's, or the last few years, in fact? So let's go back just a few years. I don't want to go back too far, but I want to go back to 2018. During 2018, we saw a surge in digital marketing for the holidays. In fact, at that time, it was one of the most digital seasons we had ever seen so far. Then COVID-19 happened a few years later, and it changed the way the world operated. We again saw a significant rise in the use of digital media throughout the year. However, this was born out of necessity. We couldn't continue to function on many levels without the inclusion of digital technology, from schools, doctor visits, office meetings, and more. Every digital technology was being used and in place in more ways than ever. So this year, however, in 2022, now that COVID has started to wane a little bit, and we're getting back to normal, we're seeing a change again and a shift again. Many people kind of foresaw a continued trend of high digital use. And in many ways, there's some parts of our life where we have maintained and increased digital aspects of our life. However, in many ways, the opposite's true. Many more people are putting their phones down and intentionally engaging in the world around them again, being more present, and being more just being more present with the people that are in front of them, with the environment around them, and just really stepping away from some of the digital overtake that has happened. And that's been really healthy for a lot of people. And we're also seeing a decline in some of the digital marketing campaigns for the holiday season compared to last year. Now, this could be due to the increased competition for attention, or because companies are just spending more time on other channels in social media and SEO. So more local campaigns are being developed to encourage people to come back to their stores again, because now that restrictions have been lifted, small businesses that were hit big during COVID are looking for different ways to get customers back into their stores. And what better way than to have a big holiday sales event and develop a marketing campaign centered around bringing people back into the stores? That would be, that seems to be a lot where small business owners are going and leaning towards this holiday season. So, what does all this mean for 2020 holiday trends? The holiday season is one of the most profitable times for retailers. And it's also when consumers are looking for new products or services. So marketers can use this to their advantage by predicting what will be popular in 2022 and focusing on those trends. So here are some of the trends that I've seen for 2022 that we need to consider. So one thing is holiday shopping will start earlier. I feel like I started the series a little too late based on this, but we know based on experience over the past few years, shopping is starting to happen a lot sooner than ever. Consumers are starting to plan and execute their holiday shopping much earlier. And I remember vividly, honestly, I can remember very vividly shopping with my mom the day before Christmas Eve. So December 23rd, that is when we would be out doing our holiday shopping. We would be getting everything that day. Nowadays, I can't even imagine what that would be like. Sure, last minute gifts for family that are coming into town that weren't expected, but for the most part, I know already right now what I'm getting everyone for Christmas this year, and I've already placed some of those orders. So, and I don't think it's just me. Talking with other moms like myself, there's a lot of people who have, started shopping way earlier. And as business owners, we should be considering this and making sure that we're announcing our holiday specials early to catch people as they're planning and shopping way before December. And sometimes even, but sometimes even in October. I know we're already past October, but some people are already planning what they're buying then. And so, if we, as entrepreneurs, business owners who have the product and services we want people to buy from us, if we're not anticipating that trend and starting our announcements of sales early, we may be missing out on a big chunk of people. All right. Another thing we want to consider is Black Friday and Cyber Monday are still very important. Those are still a thing. I know while the number of people that are in line during Black Friday sales, those were actually going down. Like they're still intense, they're still happening, but the amount of crowds in all the stores is going down because there's so many different ways to make these purchases online ahead of time. And so just because the lines are going down doesn't mean that the idea and the concept of Black Friday and Cyber Monday are not as important. So it's still vital to have something consumers can grab onto during the holiday season. While what I offer for my customers, I'm a business to business entity and I offer an intangible service. Like you can't touch the service I do. It's a, again, it's a service. It's not a product that you can hold. But I still plan on offering like a Cyber Monday special for new clients to jump onto. Everybody likes a deal in a during this time of year. And so having something planned that you can promote and push for your followers to jump onto is a very wise idea, unwise investment. So definitely have one of those. And then the next trend I'm going to make sure people are aware of this year is that influencers are having a significant impact on what people purchase. Now more than ever, people are listening to what other customers have to say about the brands and products and services that they follow and they like. So we see this the most when it comes to influencers on social media. And during the holiday season, we can certainly see an increase in purchases based on what products influencers are encouraging their followers to buy. And this isn't just for the larger Kardashian level influencers, but even more micro influencers that have like around 4,000 to 10,000 followers. They are still making a huge impact on the spending habits of followers. So if you decide to use influencer marketing as part of your strategy this holiday season, you want to find a match of who the influencer is and make sure that they match and blend with your brand and your product and services. What I mean by that is take a look at the content the influencer's already putting out there. Is there a connection? Is there a relationship, a relationship with what they already talk about with what you do? If there's not a connection, and your product or service isn't related to who they are and what they already do, it may not be a good fit. And the important thing is it's not just is the influencer a fit, but their audience. What are the people who are following this influencer? What are they interested in? So if there's no audience match there with the audience you are looking for, then it doesn't make sense to form a relationship with that influencer and invest in that relationship. So you want to find an influencer who is a good match for your product and services and who their audience matches the audience you're trying to connect with as well. So what is the takeaway from all this when it comes to your small business and the holiday season? Basically, you want to plan your specials early. Know what you have to offer and start spreading the word as soon as possible. Make sure you work in a few Black Friday or Cyber Monday sale options for your customers. And when you can, tap into an influencer to help share your brand with their followers as well. These three holiday marketing tactics will help set your brand apart and give you a stronger chance of getting the holiday season income your business really needs. All right, so today I want to leave you with some additional helpful marketing tips on marketing your products or services over the holidays. The first one I want to make sure you remember is use a holiday theme in your marketing campaign. You can update your social media templates to include a holiday border, or you can also update your social media profile images and maybe some things on your website with a holiday theme image that would be a little bit more festive and appealing. For a few years, I've added like a little digital Santa hat on my profile images just for fun. It's just a little touch to get in the holiday season and kind of signify to your followers, ooh, they have something holiday related I might be interested in. All right, so that's one thing you can do. Next thing is to create timely and relevant social media images for the holiday season. You can also incorporate just appropriate holiday posts. Maybe they're not directly related to or connected to the sale and special offers. So, as we know, there's several religious celebrations that are happening around the holiday season. You can include social media posts that show respect and honor to one or more of these different celebrations throughout the holiday season. You can post about other traditional holiday foods to encourage conversations, like I mentioned before, like posting about a holiday movie, like a typical like Christmas movie that quote unquote everybody has seen and would know. Um, you just want to make sure what you post is relevant to your brand and to your brand reputation you're trying to establish. What I don't want you to do is to just jump on, the bandwagon and post stuff about Hanukkah and Kwanzaa. If they have nothing to do with who you are and what your brand is represents, then don't do it. Stick to who you are at the core and what you represent. For me and for my brand, I'll probably post about Christmas a lot. My family and I are Christian. We're believers in Jesus Christ. So we would post about Christmas and the coming, and the birth of Christ. That's where my focus would be. I wouldn't post about Kwanzaa or Hanukkah because that's not what I represent or what my brand represents. So you want to do it respectfully. And the next thing I want you to consider is that paid search is the easiest way to get on top and get noticed. Not everybody has a budget, a marketing, a paid advertisement part of their budget for marketing. So this is not for everybody, but if you can and you do, if you really want your product or services or your specials to stand out, that's a good way to do it. So when the majority of the economy has recovered since COVID, more people are getting a little bit more flexible with their money and have some extra money they can put in for some ad space. And then the thing to consider when it comes to ads is that they're always at the top of searches and take up valuable real estate when somebody's searching for a topic or a product that's related to what you offer. So they're a surefire way to get your business above the fold in the search results and get noticed. We can learn a lot by looking at what has happened in the past and noting what worked and what didn't. We can also benefit from watching trends as they unfold over time. In this holiday season, I am confident that we'll be very different from any other holiday season. We have more people planning earlier than ever, and a stronger pattern of purchases is happening based on what we see influencers doing online. So it is up to us as small business owners to keep up with the trends and adjust our marketing efforts to meet our customers where they are. So I really hope you learned a lot today about some of the holiday marketing trends out there and which ones you may want to consider for your business this coming season. Next week, we're going to continue this series and we're going to talk about different marketing mistakes to avoid during the holiday season. Sometimes we can take our marketing a little too far during the holiday season. So we got to learn what that balance is, what that give and take is when it comes to promoting our products and services out there during the holiday season. If you guys have any questions or you want more information about some of these holiday trends, I would love to talk to you one-on-one. I always have my free marketing consultation available for everybody who is interested. The link is in the description of this podcast, so you don't want to miss that. Grab your spot today. Next week, again, as I mentioned, we're going to talk about the mistakes to avoid. So until then, you guys have a great week, and I will talk to you then.